I'll start with you. We talk so much about regulatory risks and overhang. We talk so much about privacy concerns and data misuses, and yet it continues to power higher, the stock at least.
Well, it hasn't really affected the business. Mark Mahaney was on earlier talking about what a juggernaut it is in terms of ROI for advertisers. Advertisers are still seeing that. And you also have Instagram, which is largely untouched by all of the Facebook controversy. They're still in the earlier stages of monetizing that. So I think investors are just looking at the business itself, and by taking a colossal charge, and there's no other way to describe it, it's not going to hurt them, but it's a colossal charge. I think the market says, you know, okay, we've put that behind us. Now we can go forward, at least from a business perspective.
Yeah, Nick, you recently published a cover story chronicling, 15 months of all of the drama and all of the internal turmoil at Facebook, speaking to dozens of folks on the record and on background. When you look at numbers like this, when you look at advertising revenue continue to climb, some of the user metrics continuing to grow, what do you think the sense is both inside the company and among folks that have spent a lot of time around it?
Well, I think inside the company there is a lot of fear, just sort of reputational fear. It's less fun. You have less pride in working for Facebook because there's so much heat directed at the company. But the people who work on the business side are very confident and they're very happy. Another really good thing in the numbers yesterday is that they're actually making more money off stories, right? The case against Facebook has been that all this reputational stuff will catch up to you. We're now a year past Cambridge Analytica, and it hasn't. They won't be able to monetize stories, and it looks like they're doing just fine with that. And then the one remaining big obstacle is that Mark Zuckerberg's big pivot to privacy will be much harder to monetize, but they show that they can basically continue to monetize at all times. So it's a harder place to work. It's a tenser place to work, but they're still rolling in money.
Yeah, to that point, Henry, the pivot to more privacy, to the ephemeral messages that are encrypted, et cetera. Instagram, certainly a bright spot in this quarter. WhatsApp, though, still a lot of question marks about monetization there. So if they continue to move in that direction, what does that mean longer term?
I think with WhatsApp, they're still early. It's not costing them that much money. It's not like it's a massive team. It's a huge drain. You look in Asia, a lot of the messaging services have turned out to be incredible businesses. And Mark was talking about payments, being able to pay directly out of apps. WhatsApp could play into that as well. So I think it's certainly too early to say, well, that's it. It'll never be a moneymaker for them. And given what Nick just talked about, and there's so much room left in the core business that I think investors can take a call option on it.
Nick, I spent almost the last 3 hours hearing nothing but positives about Facebook, including sharing many of them from my own reporting. So, Nick, give me something that should still be a concern to investors, users, employees, just something.
Well, I mean, it's not that hard. The Canadian government just said they're investigating Facebook, you know what, an hour ago or 2 hours ago? So they have regulatory risk everywhere. The other big concern, and this is the thing that they've sort of hidden at Facebook, they haven't want to talk about Facebook, and that caused all the tension, or a lot of the tension at Facebook, is the continued migration of people off of the Blue app, off of the core Facebook product. And it was the source of a lot of the tension with Instagram, which led to the departure of the beloved founders of Instagram. And that is Facebook worried that Instagram was cannibalizing the Blue app. They haven't fully sorted that out. You know, the numbers show that the Blue app is doing okay, but Instagram is doing better. So if you're looking really carefully at Facebook and you're looking at the trends down the line of Facebook where they have fewer users in the Blue app, which they're really great at monetizing, and more users in Instagram, which they're less good at monetizing, is worrisome. So, yeah, regulatory risk and some core business risk, absolutely.
And they still have a big, complex problem to solve reputationally. They've built one of the most powerful media and communications platforms in the history of the world, and yet here they are still spreading gross misinformation to millions of people, to the point where Sri Lanka shut the app down rather than have all this crap get out there. They've got to get on top of that, and that has been very difficult for them. It's probably going to take a lot more effort and tough decisions over the next few years.
Quickly, do you think the moves that they've made... Oh, go ahead quickly, Nick.
I was going to say, if you look at trust metrics of the big tech companies and you look at the techlash, Facebook's reputation has gone way down. Other tech companies, namely Amazon and Microsoft, are doing just fine. So Facebook is being hit the hardest in the techlash. That is another reason to be concerned.